lovely people. I'm Shaq and welcome. I wanted to share that right over here, I've done the little shelf behind the bench. It's just two double layer corrugated, covered in the same paper that I did the whole bench in. So it's really simple construction. Just cut a length of it and covered it and then glued it on the back. Waited till I had it covered because it makes the surface area greater for attaching it to the back of that. And then I put some stuff up there, as you can see, and it seems to be holding up just fine. So we are going to make a cat hammock for the other window over there. And then we'll show that side of the room. So we're going to turn the camera around and get started. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know I got a new doll this week, and this is a pair of pants that I have made for her. I've also got a shirt that I am working on, but one of the things that I am taking the time to do is make sure that all of the seams are finished so that we don't have a bunch of raw edges on the inside. And so it's taking me a little longer. Ironically though, all of these patches are just done with scallop shears and then whip stitched on, so there's a lot of raw edges there. But I'll share the finished outfit when I get the top done. And I have also been working on a sleeping cat for this project, but yeah, here's my 3 attempts. Yeah, didn't even finish that one. I didn't like it. This one came kind of close but wasn't quite right, and this one's got the right shape, but the first ear totally off the, it's doing its own thing there, so I had to change the ear for the second side. And I think I finally have a cat that I can use to create a pattern, and I will share that next week, as long as everything goes well and I'm completely happy with the end results. But yeah, that's what this is the best of the lot so far. So our cat hammock, I cut out this is a piece of wood, basswood, and I cut out the center so that we could make it dip down a little bit. You could put, like glue 4 strips together and accomplish the same thing, because cutting it out is not all that easy. In fact, I cracked it over here. But yeah, this is just what we're going to work with. And a piece of felt to go over it to create the hammock. And I felt like it needed to have the appearance of structural support. And so I cut out these brackets and this piece here. So we're just going to start assembling. So this is going to go on the back. And I don't know why I had to flip that 3 times, but I did. And then we're going to glue the brackets to the edges of it. And hopefully it'll put it in the right place to line up close enough to support the hammock frame. I think it's a little bit narrow. Let's see, goes this way. And these are pieces that scrap from another project. I recognize some of it. Still got markings and stuff from the other project. Okay, I think I better go get my blocks. Make sure these top edges all are in line, so that this will sit on top without a problem. A little bit, like maybe I should move that down so we can check it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of close there. So for this part, I want the back edge to be even back here. I don't want that hanging over at all. or wrapped around it all. And then I want to make sure that everything else is kind of centered here. So shift it over until it's got equal amounts. And I just cut this out with enough to wrap this around to secure it. So I'm only gluing it on the underside. And I will need to get clips to hold it while it dries. Because, yeah, the felt doesn't want to, it doesn't want to fold. Ooh. Miniature clothespins. I think I'm going to have to add some glue to the top of that. Felt. Right here at the corner. That's getting it just does not want to fold over. And while I'm doing that, I pinched off the other one. So we'll just shift you over. I know, might have been better off with the bigger clips. These just keep being squirrely. Uh-oh. These don't really want to hang on, do they? Okay, so we're gonna set that aside to dry. Come back. I forgot that I needed to get glue in here as well on the top. And I did have to switch to different clips to actually get it to hold. But I'm going to put in some glue right here. And after the glue is well established here, dried and everything, we'll stretch the felt a little bit. But I did want to say that it is absolutely not necessary to do this with the, I guess I can't do two things at once apparently. It's not necessary to do this with the open hanging hammock thing. You could just make this solid. You could make it out of cardboard and then just cover it with a piece of fabric, and it'll kind of give you the right look once in place. I think that making sure it's got the sag in the middle is not all that important, but you could do it by carving out the middle of your cardboard too. You know, just making a dip in the cardboard. I think that would work quite well. So yeah, if you do it that way, let me know and how yours turned out. So we're gonna just wait for all the glue to set up now. While we're waiting on the glue to dry, I wanted to share the 3-ring binder that I've started. I've made basically collector's cards out of the paper dolls that are offered with the subscription boxes from the VDC. And I have, I believe, all of the Eloin done. And I just printed them out at a collector's card size to fit in a collector's card page. So I've got all of these. The next thing to do is to do Grace's, and I missed one. So that I can have all of them where I can, you know, enjoy them this way. I don't cut out the paper dolls anymore, except rare occasions, and usually then it's miniature and I'm putting it in one of my miniature scrapbooks. So I just thought this would be kind of a fun way to be able to look through what I've got. And I printed them out. I think I may have not mentioned that. Photo paper. I used photo paper so I'd get a better picture. And they're not all the same. When you open the files that you get, they're not all exactly the same height. So there was some adjustment that needed to be made. And I only have, there it is. Let's see. These are 3.5 by, oh, I think that's 2 3/4. This has got tenths on it, would you believe? That's not helpful. Not for that. Let's see. We'll skip to the metric. 6.5 centimeters by 9. So you just got to keep the card smaller than that for these pages that you can pick up at Office Supply or, well, any place that you can get 3-ring binders. You can usually get the sleeves for doing collector's cards. But I just thought that I'd share another fun way of using the printables that you get from the VDC for the subscription boxes. Articulation's not good today. No excuse. While the glue is not completely set up, it is dry enough, I think, to do the next step. And I do have a little bit of flex here in the center. I don't know if you can see that it does dip there, which is exactly what I wanted, for it to sag just a little bit. Trying not to get glue on this side, right? So make sure that there's no glue there. Turn it upside down. And then I am going to put glue on here. I'm going to fight with that lid again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so get this lined up with the back edge back here. Hopefully all the way to the back. I think I'll use the block. I don't know if that's actually making contact there. The felt is making this interesting. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna clamp these, because I know they're not gonna want to hang on, you know? They're gonna slip off, but we're gonna try it anyway. Maybe I'd be better off to rubber band around. Try that first. That seems to be helping make contact back here. I think we're fairly even across there. You want it to be fairly flush back here so that when you put it up against the wall, and I am just going to use poster putty to attach it to the wall. Ooh, but my rubber bands are pulling on my other, nope, our glue wasn't solid enough. And so we have lost contact there. Okay, we're gonna have to read it. Okay, I attached the back to the top and rubber banded it around my 1, 2, 3 square block to try and get that established. And while that's setting up, I decided that I'm gonna paint these because they're kind of, they've got a mess on them that I couldn't remove. So, let's see. So I sit here and try to decide which, I don't want to put paint where the glue is going to go. So, go right up to it. See if I can get this covered. I guess I don't have to do that on camera, but anyway, we'll see how that works. Might end up wiping it off. Okay, I got it all together, and you can kind of see now, if you look at both sides, how it does have that hammock effect. And I was painting it, and I ran out of paint just as I got to the edge over here, so I pulled out the new pen, and it was a different color blue, so this doesn't match the rest, but that's okay. It won't be that obvious once installed. So let's go over to the dollhouse and install it. Okay, I've put some poster putty underneath the window there, so I'm gonna try and attach this without breaking it. I just seem to be unable to hold this thing without collapsing. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna take our funny looking little cat and we're gonna put him up there. So he can enjoy the sunshine. Maybe we need to stick a weight underneath it, but put all our furniture back. And it's kind of high up there, isn't it? But it's cute. I like it. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it encourages you to go off and make your own version of a cat hammock. And hopefully next week I'll have the pattern ready to go and we can have another cat pattern of a kind of sleepy cat. And have a delightful day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.